Hello again, this is Dr. Judith. I'm continuing with my story. Well, actually, my testimony that I started the last time that you heard from me. And basically, I left off where I was talking about my having finally had the courage and, I guess, in a sense, the desperation to call out to the Lord a little over 4 years ago, really pleading with Him to have His way in my life, to let His perfect will be done. And as I said before, when I shared the last time, my life has completely changed. Nothing is the same. I remember probably around 2009, I was driving on a local road here where I live, and without any warning, I began to weep. And as I wept, the words that came from my own lips were just astonishing to me. But it was a build-up. It was a setup, if you will, for where God was taking me and what He was about to do in my life. I'm seeing the manifestation of that now. But back then, it was totally it didn't make any sense. I knew it had something to do with my spiritual life, my relationship with the Lord. I knew that there was changes coming. I couldn't say what they were, but I knew in my spirit that my life was about to change big time. And actually, I was entering the valley of the shadow of death, and it was alarming. It was scary, but it was also awesomely wonderful to contemplate, because what I was contemplating is time with the Lord, and that was just totally mind-blowing for me, that I could actually have a relationship with the Lord, and that I was gonna get His full attention. The prospect was mind-blowing. It was humbling, and it was scary, because I was not sure exactly how He was going to do what He was going to do. And so the words that came from my lips that day, as I drove along that local road and with the tears streaming down my face, the words were, "Judith, your life will never be the same again." My God, my God. It is so amazing to me that God had me say that about me. I mean, I wasn't talking about somebody else. I was talking about me. And He had me talk about me, what was about to happen. And I wept not in sadness or even in fear, although I was to some degree fearful, because it was the unknown. But I wept because I realized to such a great depth that I was in relationship with the Lord. It still is. It's still wonderful. And I mean, I'm at a loss for words, and that's not often that happens to me. But since then, He has taken me through the valley. I'm still, I think right now, I'm right at the door, about to exit. I can sense the difference. I can sense the change. I can sense that this part of my valley experience is over, the one that I've sustained for the last 4 years, and that what God has for me, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. And it's not because I'm so special more than anybody else. What I'm realizing is that every one of us who call ourselves His children can have this journey. But most of us do not want to be in the valley. It's very painful. It's very irritating. It is time consuming. It shows you things about yourself that you're not particularly sure you want to see. This time in the valley for me has been one of a metamorphosis. I went into this very different from how I'm coming out. And I give God all the glory for that. I thank Him and praise Him for that, because it means more than ever that I know that He loves me. And that for me makes all the difference in the world. Before I go, I want to share this really quickly with you, and this is part of the change that has come over me. And certainly in this time, He has alerted me, as I said before, to things in me that I was not necessarily aware of. And one of them was my ability to spend money well. I had always, even as a little girl, been able to handle money. Money never handled me. I was always able to spend well. I even ended up in later years giving financial advice to people who came to me because they saw how well I spent money. And I was never in need, never broke, always had money, enough. And the Lord has shown me in this season that in those days when I spoke about my ability to handle money and just how good I was at it, out of pure ignorance, I never gave him the glory for it. I never said it was he that taught me, that gave me that gift. And I mean, being very honest, I just did not know. I was ignorant. I didn't know that I should give him the glory for it. But now I do. And this morning on my walk, he gently reminded me, "You've not said it, Judith." And so I had to say it. He is my source, and he's the one that gives every good thing to me, including how to handle money. Certainly, it is he that was with me the whole time, all this time, that I was doing so well with money. And guess what? He has allowed me to be in a place where I have less and less, but I'm spending better and better. And so he gets the glory. He gets the glory from way back then, and when I was in my 20s and my teens and even younger, when I was doing all this magical stuff with money, for others as well as for myself. He gets the glory for that. And certainly today, the 30th of July 2014, when I live in a situation where money is so, it's so limited, it is more than obvious that it's he who deserves the glory for my being able to do this. So I leave you with this word. Every opportunity you get, make sure you thank him. Make sure you glorify his name for anything that you have good in you, anything that you do well. It's all about him. So don't forget to give him the glory. Thank you and God bless till we meet again. This has been Dr. Judith.